Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. I think everyone's in. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I just wanted to say thank you so much for participating in this session. Fall prevention technology, it's more than just a button. Before I introduce our speaker, I'd like to review some general rules for the workshop today. So I have these pulled up right here, so it's easy for you to see. Please stay muted for the duration of the workshop. You'll know that you're muted if you see a red slash, so your microphone icon at the bottom of your screen. All of our workshops will be recorded and uploaded to our website, so you can view it at a later time. There may be a chance if you have your video on that your video will appear in that recording. So if you do not want that, go ahead and disable your video at this time. To ensure that you have a good view of our speaker today, we encourage you to enable speaker view mode, which should be located at the top right-hand corner of your screen. And finally, please type any questions that you might have in our chat box. We'll go ahead and address those at the end of the session or during the session as well. So our speaker for today's workshop is Fritzi Gros-Daillon. Fritzi is the founder of Household Guardians. She's also the Director of Education for Age Safe America. An award-winning author, she consults with seniors and families on modifications to improve home safety. She is the National Home Builders Association Educator of the Year, teaching certified aging in place specialist courses to remodelers, designers, and other professionals. She developed the Senior Home Safety Certification course for Age Safe America and co-produced Family Caregiver Essentials. Please join me in welcoming Fritzi.
Wow, thank you so much. Everybody take a deep breath. I'm not that important. I really just want to say thank you for joining us this morning. And in fact, we're going to take a look at fall prevention technology. It's more than just a button because as we look at technology, it really covers now so much more of our lives. So let's, next. We're going to do our slides. All right, so there's a cute picture of me. I'm Fritzi. She did a great job with my last name, by the way. I usually have to change my intro to go through my whole last name explanation. So anyway, I'm very glad to be here today. I founded Household Guardians here in San Diego in 2013 when I moved after 30 years in New York. So as I start to talk really quickly, you may hear some New York accent, some Long Island accent come out. And if it creates any questions, that's what the chat's for. So let's go on to starting our presentation. Life was much easier when Apple and BlackBerry were just fruits. So for many of us, that's really how we feel. That all of a sudden now technology is so pervasive in our lives and it's become so much more for us. Now, for example, on a new car, right? The car won't let you change lanes unless you put your blinker on. The car figures out how fast you're going, how fast the car in front of you is going. So technology is with us in all of these elements of our lives. And we're going to take a look today at several categories of technology and how they affect us and how they can help us prevent falls. Next. So we're going to look at home technology in categories that we don't always think of as fall prevention. They don't jump out. We're going to look at some entertainment technologies, communications, security, and comfort, and then see how they all tie in to keeping us safe. Next. On the entertainment side. So the entertainment side has the technologies of home theaters and gaming rooms and lots of technology as it relates to truly entertainment. And given our general situation, many of us are simply home. And so entertainment is taking on a new phase in our lives. It's bigger in some cases. It's opportunities to learn through this platform and many others. So it's not just pure entertainment the way we think of folks who are Netflix binging per se. The thing to keep in mind about the entertainment and the technologies related to that is in the creation of home gaming rooms or video rooms, there is technology related to how sound is managed. And sound is one of those things that helps us stay centered and balanced and understand where we are in our environment. It's part of our physical system. So that the technologies that are related to how sound travels can in fact affect us in general. So if there are ways that we need to enhance the sound for ourselves in our homes, then looking at some of the technologies related to what would appear to be outside fall prevention may in fact work for us. Next. Internal communication systems. So there's a man at the front door delivering flowers. Looks great, right? So we have lots of kinds of technology that allows us to communicate inside our homes. And what struck me as I was putting this together was Downton Abbey. They had an internal communication system too, right? The folks upstairs would pull on a string and it would ring the bell down in the downstairs. So we've had internal communication in our homes for hundreds of years. It's just taken different forms. And certainly this style of a communications panel has a combination of features that clearly includes someone delivering at the front door. Also, we have the intercom systems from room to room. There are many intercom systems even in our communities between the entrance to the community and the house, or the entrance to the building and the entrance to our apartments. So there's lots of different ways that we can use this technology, and the advantages of having some of these internal include we're not rushing. We're not rushing to the front door where we might trip. We're not rushing across someplace to get the information or to see who it is. So this is a very small way, but it ties back into fall prevention because it allows us to have information, to be able to see what we need to see, to be able to make our decisions without being in a hurry to get to a door or a phone, etc. These technologies now can be done with complete systems. They can be combinations of different technologies from different vendors. And they can certainly be installed ourselves. They can be installed through the cable companies and also through specialized companies and other vendors who are now looking to expand into this marketplace and help us communicate. Next. On the security side, so here's our technology that is really part of keeping us safe in our homes. Life safety systems run the gamut, and smoke detection is clearly one of the most important. Smoke detectors are good for 10 years. So I often ask people, what grade in school were your children when you put the smoke detector in? Because if they've graduated from college, odds are you need to replace your smoke detector, right? And we know to change the batteries in most of them every 6 months. Now there are many that come with the 10-year batteries in them themselves. So smoke detector systems are important for us. And it's important for us to have the dual alarms so that there's a flashing light as well as the sound that would be emitted. They make smoke detectors now that are recordable. So you can actually record the voice, your voice, addressing the names of family members, for example, who might need to really have more than just the sound as an alert. They found that children can sleep through that high-pitched sound that makes most of us nuts. And so having a recordable alarm where you could say the child's name, Tommy, wake up, it's highly likely that the child would wake up when he hears you say his name. And so these systems now are much more sophisticated. They also, for folks with lower hearing, make special smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors that emit a very loud and very low pitch. So that, in fact, is a safety system for us that allows us to take into consideration our own personal needs as well. So heat detection systems, they follow in kind of the same category as smoke detectors. There are heat detection systems, for example, now that you can plug in between an electric stove and the wall if you're concerned about having something stay on the stove too long. So there's different kinds of safety systems. Certainly gas detection is important in homes where we have natural gas for cooking or heating or both. And if someone has a limited sense of smell, then a gas detection system can be absolutely vital for life safety. Carbon monoxide detectors, I mentioned a minute ago, very important in our homes, mounted low, right? Carbon monoxide is heavier than air. So you want your carbon monoxide detector mounted low, kind of at the same height as your electrical outlet. Other safety systems include medical alerts, and we'll talk about them in greater detail when we get to that part. Also, water flow. Believe it or not, there are systems now, and they are very easy. It's hard to imagine that they are really called systems, but you can get a disc. I warned them that I would talk with my hands here. You can get a disc, sits on about 1/4 of an inch of rubber, and it will send you an alert if it detects water. So you could put it under a water heater, under a toilet tank, if you were concerned about having a water leak in the house or being away and have a system in your house leak. So that would be an alert system. And again, all of this ties back to fall prevention because this gives us information. These are not high-tech tools, but they are very important tools to give us information to allow us to make decisions so that we are not scurrying about when emergencies happen. Next. Other kinds of security systems include intrusion systems. So that's kind of a big category that includes our window and door contact systems. Again, motion detectors, glass break detectors are different kinds of systems as well. They make a clear film that I think of it kind of like a nylon film, but it really isn't, and the film businessman would be cranky that I couldn't describe it better. But it's a smart film that can be applied to the windows, and it will make them unbreakable. So I saw them used in a local restaurant. They had French doors. They put this glass, the film on the windows. Nobody could tell. And the burglar was so angry that he ended up actually breaking down the door to go into the restaurant and steal the cash register. but the windows never broke. So there are ways for us to have safety and to be able to detect things that would give us pause. So different kinds of security systems. Next. When we're looking also at fall prevention, the exteriors, so this appears to have a driveway with a bit of a slope. So you know I'm going to say something about railings that are not in this picture. Right, so exteriors for fall prevention, having our doors at 0 step, so easy to get into. Even if we have a threshold on the door, sometimes having that small transitions ramp can help us get into the house without a tripping hazard of the threshold itself. And easy to use locks on the doors. So locks now come in so many styles. The key locks, there are sophisticated locks now that have a fob. So you literally can just walk up to the door and the lock recognizes you and unlocks the house. We talk about the door handles, having levered door handles. There are now new ones that are levered door handles that also push. So it's very easy when your house is unlocked to be able to get into the house. Lighting, in terms of fall prevention, is one of our keys. And we can have sophisticated lighting and we can have regular lighting, but I'm a big proponent of more lighting. So certainly the motion sensor lights that come on right in your doorway, having them mounted so that there is a focus of the light on the door lock itself. And there's several different products. For example, Mr. Beams, like Light Beams, has a product that is a tube light, and the center is actually where the light is. So it can be mounted horizontally if you have rafters above your entrance. It can be mounted vertically on the side of the door jamb or on the side of the house, and then you can direct the light right to the door lock. So you can see it easily when you're unlocking the house to get in. So now also as part of the more sophisticated smart home systems, there are also lights that you can go ahead and set so that they're on a schedule and will come on the way our old-fashioned timers used to work as well. Certainly having our automatic garage door openers, and considering there are new retrofit ways to have a door opener for your interior door if your garage is attached. So sometimes it's hard for us to manage getting into the house and undoing that door from the garage. So there are now ways to have automatic door openers there as well. And again, back to security, knowing that we are secure getting into our homes with the extra lighting on the exterior of the garage, along the pathways, and at the front door and the entrance. Okay, next. Comfort. So here is where our technology is starting to pick up now in terms of what we are doing. So in addition to the security, this man has an app in his hand, which is the home control. So in that app, he's able to control the lighting, the temperature in the house. In some cases, there are the installed central vacuums, but this vacuum for comfort is the robotic vacuum that actually vacuums while you're walking around creating dust. So for our comfort systems, the controls can help us manage the interior temperature and adjust for certainly time of day, And now, right, we just introduced fall. So finally our seasons are going to start to change. So our lighting needs in the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the lighting patterns, the natural light in our homes is going to change. So this gives us a chance to look at how we manage that light, what time of day the light comes on in the extra rooms, and the pathways throughout our homes as well. So using these technologies can help us create a safer space, and it ties back into falls because spaces that are well lit allow us to really be able to see where we're going and to see whether or not there's any tripping hazards in the way, like the pet. All right, let's see what's next. Interiors, again, bathrooms, lighting is absolutely vital. The bathrooms are one of the most dangerous places we have in our homes. Water, sharp surfaces, slippery surfaces, soap, and people. So anything that we can do to prevent falls in the bathroom are going to be vital. And we can use the technologies of this lighting to help us do that. So occupancy sensor when you go into the bathroom, or a motion sensor, have them in more than one part of the bathroom, and then lighted switches as well. Any extra task lighting can be added. So if there's a part where you're doing hairstyling and you want to add extra lighting. And redundancy talks to the fact that within the bathroom space, if we have fixtures, they need to have more than one bulb, because in case one burns out, we want to be able to have the light still present. So a vanity light fixture with 2 bulbs, 3 bulbs, 4 bulbs, whatever it is. The other way to get extra lighting is the use too of the new toe kick lighting, which is lighting on a ribbon. That's kind of what I call it, little LED lights, and they can be mounted under the vanity. Many of them are also remote, and they can be motion sensor. So when you walk in the room, the floor is lit up under the vanity, or along the wall, or into the closet if your closet is located inside the bathroom area. Lots of ways to use lighting. In addition, if you're looking as a new fancy way to improve lighting, you can change your medicine cabinet to now have a medicine cabinet that it has lighting around the edges, and that lighting is controllable as well. So it doesn't just come on to one bright light. You can actually control the level of light that you get around that mirror as well. In our bathrooms, we have lighting in other spaces. So in the new bidet toilets, and in some even without the bidet feature, we can add lights to the rim itself. And truly, they come in lots of colors. It's the funniest thing. They can also be motion activated. So those little features, it's another way to have light where we need it, when we need it.